Had definitely like an autistic dude there,
Oh, at Sandhills?
like throwing, yeah, yeah, sandals. Oh, how'd you
Yeah.
know?
I don't know. I just
Same
remember it.
Melbourne. Nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, just throwing like chairs everywhere around the room. Um,
Damn.
everyone had to evacuate one time, yeah, or even twice, just like yelling tantrums and all that stuff. I don't know. I was at grade four, so we would have been nine, so it's still a bit young at that age, but I don't know if he ever grew out of it.
No, you don't grow out of that. That's like
That's true.
ADHD on a level that you
Well,
can't get out of. That's like,
yeah,
have
autism. You mean yeah, or like anger spectrum stuff too. I've met a few adults now. Like never.
yeah.
There's that dude, and then I was like, there's no way like you can grow up to be an adult and still have like anger issues like that. But I've met a few adults now that are, I think, are like I always met adults that were on the autism spectrum, but never thought that you could grow up to be like 40 or 50 and still have like anger issues, massive anger issues.
Well, that's a different thing. That's more of like an environmental aspect thing. Like a lot of that's
Mm.
growing up with either abusive
Bad environment.
parents or abusive, family members or whatever. That's where you get
Yeah. Yeah.
anger issues. Um, and it's
Just like
it
both
really
could be
comes down to
anything.
whether it's uncontrollable or not. That's where it gets really
Mm.
interesting because if you have uncontrollable rage issues and you're like trying to
Mm.
fight people uncontrollably, uh like essentially blacking or redding out, that's where you've got a
Yeah.
large problem. That's where people get thrown in jail type shit. You know what
Mm.
I
Yeah, but the brain's a crazy thing. We're all just
mean?
like
The brain
little
is a
loops of
fucking
habits and
wild thing,
patterns,
dude.
and yeah, we're just machines at the end of the day.
What do you think the
Complicated
brain is?
electronic machines. I don't know. I feel like we still got uh, a few centuries to go before we get like every couple decades we're gonna get more and more cool research on it, and maybe in like 20 years we'll have a bit better understanding of neuroscience and psychology and like the biology of it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's definitely a quantum level in our brains at a certain point. So we'll
You,
never
meaning like
fully.
our brain is like a quantum computer level type thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think like quantum stuff, um, not consciousness, but like we'll never be able to measure and get accurate data because like if we're measuring it, it'll affect the way people think.
Yep.
You can't have a control on an experiment because if you're watching the electricity go through the brains, then it'll change the path of the electricity. All we can do is like have more like how would you pronounce it? Psychological
Psychological.
studies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, psychological studies. But yeah, I
Well, there's
mean,
been a lot. Okay, have you heard of the telepathy tapes yet?
I think a long time ago.
Oh, it's like within the last like 2 years, I think, by Kai Dickens. She basically has like
Okay.
a YouTube channel. You can look it up, but she's in the making of doing
Oh.
like a video documentary, and it's basically on
Mhm.
like highly nonverbal autistic kids that are like, sorry, I'm being very insensitive right now, but they're very it's, they're very non-verbal, and the basically somehow they're able to, and it's been like multiple different episodes, and now it's also like a Stanford study that has almost pretty much proven it and been like, yeah, this is actually quite likely. But basically, they're
Mhm.
able to telepathically talk to their caregivers, meaning their parents or their like direct caregiver that's like at their school or whatever. They're able to
Mhm.
like, you know, see telepathically through their eyes or some shit like that, which is weird.
Oh damn.
But
like
the
remotely
other
from you.
thing that got me really interested, and I was like, "There's no fucking way this is real," and I still don't believe it. But it was basically all of these nonverbal kids, like, well, not all of them, but a lot of them. They have
Mm-hmm.
like this protocol where they like put their fucking pillow over their head and they like go
Uh-huh.
into like complete darkness and they have earplugs in and they go to what they call is the hill and they are
The
able to
hell.
connect to other autists
Yeah.
telepathically in their
Damn.
mind on this quote unquote hill,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really interesting. It's been like a couple of months that this stuff has been coming out, maybe a year now. But like, they're
Oh.
trying to make a whole-on movie about it or documentary, where
Yeah.
yeah, they literally follow these caretakers around and they do like double blind experiments and they do a bunch of other stuff and they've got like, actual actual Harvard scientists involved. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about that. I think it. I don't know what the
That's so
fuck is gonna
cool.
come out about that, but I think it's really cool. And then you're speaking about like
Yeah.
quantum mind theory. Like I absolutely. Do you know who Jesse Michaels is?
No.
He's like super
Jesse
into like the
Michaels. Who's that?
UAP. He's the host of American Alchemy. Um, and
Okay.
he's super interesting because he is also very much closely tied to Peter Thiel, which is the owner and CEO of Palantir. He was like a
Okay.
family investor for Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel has been like obviously very interested in the UFO stuff. And from what his story
Mm-hmm.
is, he's basically like, okay, this kid is very interested in the UFO stuff, and he's one of the best finance um, uh, researchers in the entire world, as what he could tell. I don't know. That's the backstory he tells. So anyway, basically, Peter Thiel,
Mm-hmm.
from what I can gather, is financed this fucker to look into UFO and advanced technology for investment purposes. And they've just made this YouTube
Damn.
channel for disclosure and money purposes, right? So it's super
Mm-hmm.
interesting. He was in the first hearing, but if you look at American Alchemy, he's very interesting. I had a point for Jesse
Hmm.
Michaels before. What was I saying? Can't remember. Oh
Autism.
damn.
The Hill.
Oh yeah. So he is basically working with them as well, and he's looked into it. I really consider looking into um, like basically the psionic and rem- psychological quantum theory. Like so, basically, like our brains,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what. So okay, yeah. This is what I was saying. Sorry, I'm going back and forth and I'm bouncing around. Jesse Michaels,
All good.
he has a theory where basically he says we think that he thinks that our brains are quantum computers that are able to upload, download information on the quantum field, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got you got the
Okay.
quantum field, we can dip in and out. Now,
Yeah.
his whole thing with telepathy is that exactly is that we're just tapping in to that field and gaining information and gaining possible insight and knowledge from that information field, the quantum information field. And
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say like it's true because I don't know, but I kind of have felt it a couple of times in a lot of ways with my
Uh-huh.
remote viewing escapades. Because I was looking at the remote
Okay.
viewing programs within the CIA, and I was like, there's no fucking way
Yeah.
this is real. There's no way. There's no way. It can't be.
Yeah.
So I tried it myself, and I looked up a bunch of different like techniques, and then I used AI, and then I basically figured out a technique where I could do it double blind, and and it fucking worked 40%, 50% of the time. And now I can fucking remote
Damn.
view the fucking stock market. Not
Remote view
not
of stock
directly,
market? So,
not directly, but I can
yeah.
guess, and it's like it's 20% accurate most of the time, which is not good, but like
Damn.
I can bring that up. So
Yeah,
anyway, I
that
tried it, and I
is.
fucking know it's. I swear to God, I know it's real. And those fucking images and things that you get when you're just locked in thinking about a certain topic is wild. You know, they
Yeah.
call them downloads and shit. It's like I've had them. I've
Yeah.
had them playing
Just,
fucking
just
guitar.
like that one
You've
friend
had them playing
Wilson.
piano. I know you have.
Yeah, had what? Remote viewing?
No, 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 just downloads of information and just a flow, just a really
Oh.
nice, just
Yeah, yeah, just being in that
yeah,
flow
you're
state.
just in flow state.
You know
Yeah,
where it comes from.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
that's
that's kind
true.
of that's kind of it. That's the quantum field, just giving you the ability to do so. I try to tap into it when I'm golfing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
let God
100%. We have
let
no
my
idea
body do the work.
where exactly. We have no idea what reality really is. I mean, we've got some kind of idea, but like physics, astronomy, astrology, not astrology, not that one. Astronomy, uh, science in general is so new still. We're just at the tipping point. This is what I've always said ever since I was young.
Yep. No,
Like
I
Einstein
agree.
was only 100 years ago, and that was uh, groundbreaking. And now we're getting the technology to actually measure gravitational waves. We haven't even gotten started with quantum computing yet, like at all, um, or research at all.
Have you heard of the
Every
Willow chip?
like, willow chip, no. What,
Google's Willow chip. That'll blow your fucking mind.
significant advances in error correction computational power announced on December 24. Damn, tens of septillion years to complete. That's
Isn't that
crazy.
wild?
That is wild. I'm so um, glad that at least one person in my family, my brother, is like actually into this stuff. Because
Yeah.
I can never make it into the into computer science programs. I tried
Me
hard,
neither.
wasted like so many thousands of bucks trying to get a good enough grade to get a minor at least, or to get study on those professors. But like Joffrey Hinton, but don't accept like the best, and like a Men in Black, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm just here in insurance now. I've always talked about this like every month with my dad. It's like, damn, if I had $1 million, I'd just go back to school, study this stuff, quantum physics, physics in general. Or just like get a physics degree instead, and just not worry about what I can do in the future with a physics degree, how horrible it is. Just study it for a bit.
I think you'd realize pretty quick that, well, maybe not pretty quick, but once you get up to the top, you'd realize, like, oh, there's a lot of questions that are being debated on a high scale. Like, it's not just cut and
For
dry
physics?
anymore. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Especially quantum
the
physics.
entire
Like,
thing.
I mean, they're
Yeah,
they're
there's
debating
no
our
there's no
entire reality right now. Like half of them say we're in a simulation, half of them say no, we're not. Like it's
yeah,
it's it's
like they
uh
always have.
it's it's not like an easy cut and dry kind of science right now, which makes me like really excited for AI development. Just like imagine we've got like
Yeah,
okay, say we got that Willow chip in a fucking AI that's able to like create and essentially do a problem like that in 5 seconds. We would know like all of the
yeah,
fucking problems and quirks and quarks of the universe. Get it? Quirks and quarks.
yeah.
Of the universe.
That's funny.
Um,
That'd be a great uh,
That was
fucking
pretty good. I thought
podcast
that was
title.
pretty good. I'm sorry. I gotta pat myself on the back there. That was pretty fucking good.
I like that.
Um, the
Yeah,
quirks and
quirks
quarks
and
of the
quarks.
universe. Like we would know
Oh,
everything.
it is already a podcast name. Damn, it's already
Oh no, no,
taken.
no! I wasn't saying
We would know
podcast name.
everything.
Do you know what quirks and quarks are?
I was saying fine. Yeah, of course. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was thinking like Quarks and Quirks would be such a good podcast name
It
if
would
if
be
we were
it
going to talk
would be
about
a
physics
good,
and all
yeah,
that
that
stuff.
would be a good
But
one.
now
Yeah.
Bob, what's his name? Bob McDonald already
Fuck you.
claimed that.
Actually, I love you, Bob McDonald.
Damn.
Let's get together and talk about quirks and quarks.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Yes. No, we just we gotta talk to him, Martin. God damn it, we gotta talk to a real physicist.
We do.
That would be fun. Just get like a bunch of
Oh man.
different like high level scientists like up for our dumbasses and just be like, so what do you think about quirks and quarks?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no.
That'd be sick. You ever
Sorry,
yeah, sure.
I was
Re-
just gonna finish off with my position here. Was basically like, if you have an AI
Yeah.
capable of basically going through 5 seconds of something that would take a modern computer fucking 5 quintillion years to be able to
Mhm.
generate an answer, and you can do it in 5 minutes through quantum information entanglement, essentially. Quantum grabbing is what they called it,
Yeah.
is fucking insane. We are living in goddamn space times right now. Like, it makes no sense. Like,
Mhm.
what comes next? Like, time travel's fucking real through quantum theory? Like, what the fuck comes next? Like, I'm actually asking.
Yeah.
Like, with AI
I
and
know.
everything, like,
Who
it
knows?
makes no
We have
sense.
no idea. We just gotta. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like we have all this cool stuff going on, AI and all this, but like every innovation in tech is just based on an innovation in physics from like 30, 50 years ago,
Yep.
and so in 50 years, like what's going to be the outcome of all this research into quantum physics that we were doing with quantum computing? And yeah, I mean, like computers that aren't old at all. Like they're also only like what, like 80 years old, 60 at most,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah,
40 if you're being out like
I,
realistic.
I would say
So
like
like
40s. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because DARPA had a program that,
40s for Bell.
yeah, DARPA had a
Yeah,
program
I mean
that they
like
were working on like computer to, well, data transfer to data transfer on a mechanic information machine, like from machine to
mm,
machine data transfer. So it was very limited. But yeah, back in the
yeah.
1940s, they
I'm
had
not,
that
I'm not
capability.
yeah, I know. I'm not talking about like the very first computer, but like useful computers, stuff that could do like I don't know, like math, like send the rockets to the moon, or um, like replace people in like accounting, everyday use. So when is like practical use? So when is quantum computing going to become practical? That's the
Right.
question. Like another
Okay.
20 years, 10 years, probably uh, within somewhere between 10 and 20 is my guess.
I think
And
it's all. I'll be honest. I think it's already in use.
yeah, like you think like governmental use or
Yeah,
public use?
at least the United States has like a quantum computing AI that can like,
Yeah,
predict the future at like a 60%. You know, I don't know. I'm just
mm.
speculating at this point, but I
Yo,
wouldn't be surprised
I
if
know.
the U.S. government at least
Yeah,
has something like that technology wise.
yeah. You ever watched um, Three Body Problem on
Yes,
Netflix?
yes, yes. Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
you
great,
watched that one.
great TV
That's
show.
pretty
I
sick.
love that TV
Yeah,
show.
sick show. Do you remember that? That was like the simulation. But that what was that?
That was like the
Trying
three
to because I've
star
watched so many sci-fi
issue too,
movies.
though. I found that really cool too. But basically, like you
Yeah,
had like three different stars that were like orbiting to the point where like your
it
fucking
was
planet
impossible
was like
to.
impossible to live on. Yeah, for like
Yeah.
fucking hundreds of years,
Uh,
and then all of a sudden you get like a 400-year like lapse, and then you're fucking dead again. I found that really funny.
yeah.
Just because like they
Yeah.
actually
Right.
use science on it and everything, and they're like, dude, this is gonna be fucking sick. I find that really
I
funny.
think I remember researching them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an actual unsolvable math problem. Right after
Oh, really?
does not have a closed form solution. Yeah, I mean, the
Hmm.
show is based on a famous book, which is based on a famous math problem, which is
Yeah,
very
it's a
old.
Chinese physicist's book, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
book, but like just a generic math problem. Like a two-body problem is simple, but three-body problem is so chaotic. Like there's just no way to tell. It's just chaos, like chaos theory.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think it would. You know what's interesting
The
too
naked
is
shit was
that
crazy. Did you see the naked? The fact that they just dehydrate and then you're gonna be thrown back in a fucking water to
yeah,
hydrate again. I'm like, fuck you. This is borderline Saw.
right, yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. That I think that was a bit unrealistic. Like if there was a
Yeah.
three-body solar system, there'd be no way to have them
Yeah, yeah. You'd be
come back
fucked every
every couple of
time.
years.
You'd be fucked every time.
Yeah, but yeah, but here's the thing. Like, is the fact that we haven't found solid evidence, like proof of any radio signals elsewhere or any um like identified a planet with other life, just another huge three-body problem. Like, why
We have him,
are we
not
the only
with life, but
life
we've
form?
found like a solar system that is very similar to the three-body problem solar system. I thought.
True.
Did we not?
Yeah, but true. I mean, like, we
I'm pretty
have.
sure.
So no, I mean like so I'm talking here about what's his name. Uh, the law. What like the reason why we are the only living life form that we've identified in the universe.
Oh, the Fermi paradox.
Something. Yeah. Fermi paradox. That's
Yeah,
it.
the Fermi yeah, yeah, yeah. And then there's also like the
Yeah.
dark forest hypothesis, and then a couple others. But yeah, I disagree with
Yeah.
all of that. I really do. You wanna know why?
Why? What do you do to say?
Because
Why?
I'm kind of I'm kind of the thought that they've been here the entire time. And if they were,
Mm.
like, why would they need anything other than to create like kind of a dome over us to distract us or not be able to see what we could out there in the cosmos? Basically what I'm saying is like
Mm.
if they were an advanced civilization and it was like a federation of a bunch of different species and we were seated as kind of a zoo. You've heard the zoo hypothesis. This is kind of my thing. I think it's more of a zoo
Yeah.
hypothesis where they're seeding the planet, seeing what the fuck's going on, and then going on to the next and then keeping an eye on us. I don't think it's like
Mm.
I don't think it's and again, like I bounce back and forth on this shit because I have no idea. I have no idea. I could never fucking guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's either half religious and half nuts and bolts. Does that make sense? Speaking like religiously, like it would be, interdimensional beings. It wouldn't necessarily mean fucking angels or God or whatever. Even though I do believe in a creator.
Mm.
And then you've got like the nuts and bolts of space travel and other civilizations like us
Mm.
that are able to, traverse somehow through whether it's like warp bubble drive, um, uh, or just basic
Or yeah, or just
consciousness.
something that we have. Yeah, or just something that we
Um,
have no clue yet. We haven't
yeah, exactly.
touched.
Yeah,
Uh,
we have no
we
idea. We
we
could
don't
never
haven't
be
had a
able
name
to
for it yet.
fucking yeah. We can't see, we can't touch, we can't smell.
Yeah.
It's like Danny Jones talks about
Mm.
this all the fucking time, and it pisses me off every time because it's like every goddamn episode. Like, have you heard about Joe
Yeah.
Rogan's fart hypothesis? It's like, no, I haven't
Fort
heard about that.
hypothesis.
Fart, his fart
Oh, fart.
hypothesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, for fuck's sake,
What's
not
that?
another one, god damn it. And he's like, well, basically, um, when Joe Rogan said this, he was basically thinking about like if you're in a room and you don't have the sense of smell and someone farts in front of you, you'd just be sitting in someone's fart, okay, and you wouldn't be able to smell it.
Yeah.
So like that's his hypothesis.
Yeah.
I think this is very similar. I'm like, dude, like every fucking
Yeah.
time, like, dude, stop it with this shit. It's so annoying every fucking
Yeah.
episode and every fucking time the fucking dude who's like on his podcast is like, "Oh no, 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 I've never heard about that. No, that's a really good fucking yeah, that's a really good theory, bro. Oh fuck." It's like fucking
That's
get
so
back to the
funny.
topic, you goddamn wanker. But anyway, I like Danny Jones,
uh,
but I don't like when he brings up that. It's like fucking
yeah.
shut the fuck up.
That's
Enough.
so funny.
But yeah, that's and here I
Yeah.
am being like, oh, it's like the fart hypothesis. God damn it. God damn it. I
uh,
hate this.
I've got. I think my two theories have always been the same ever since I was young. Like my two theories in the Fermi paradox are
Okay. Okay, let's hear
A
him.
is what I'm leaning more towards. A is like the great filter. There's some thing that prevents any living civilization from becoming spacefaring,
Yep.
and being able to like send enough, like first of all like colonizing a solar system, um, becoming type 3 or type 4 civilization in the with like a Dyson sphere and all that stuff, and sending out a strong enough signal to reach far enough
Yep.
into other like the far reaches of the universe. So, like there's something. My theory is just like the lack of cooperation. The more powerful and intelligent we become, the more powerful and intelligent wars become. So any conflict becomes riskier and um, more likely to destroy the entire civilization all at once, if that makes sense.
Like nukes.
So, exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
just like nukes.
Yeah.
Nukes on a big scale. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like we'll never get there because there is always going to be some gritty group of people in power that will fuck things up and destroy the entire Earth before we can get off it and build like at least two more little civilizations on other planets. And that's the great filter theory. I strongly believe in that. But then there is also like the fact that physics is so new, and this is why I wanted to study astrophysics in as a major, if it was like financially feasible. But um, like we
Well,
still
you
have
can
no
do
idea
it
what dark
now.
matter is. I could, yeah, I definitely could. Now that I
Sorry,
have
what were you
time and
saying
a
about
job,
dark
now that
matter? Continue.
dark matter and the great expansion, we have no idea why galaxies and the Milky Way is expanding outwards instead of inwards, and
I thought that was
like
debunked.
what I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, I don't think.
still around.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
we
look at
still have
that.
like no idea what.
I
Me
think.
too. Dark energy and dark matter.
Yeah, I think
Like
dark
it's not.
matter was debunked. There's not like an acceleration of our universe anymore. It's more of like just a existence. Like it's just infinite, and we were
Oh yeah.
interpreting it because of the gravitational wavelengths and the speed of them, and also light
Mm.
wavelengths. We were interpreting the universe expanding when it was basically just staying the same, but it was just light waves bouncing.
Really?
That's what I thought. I
Yeah.
thought that was something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Maybe I might be. I'm probably way off on that. But from what I've heard,
Maybe I don't know.
it's not expanding anymore. It's just kind of is.
Mm.
And
Right. Right. Okay. That could make sense.
dark matter is just like
Yeah.
another type of matter, obviously, right? But like it's you know the Higgs boson,
Mm.
like the God particle.
Yeah.
Why haven't they been
Yeah.
able
What about it?
to split a dark atom?
Yeah. Well, because we have no idea what the dark atoms are. Dark
Exactly. You
energy
can't
is and dark
fucking yeah.
matter. We
You
have no
no.
idea.
See. That's why I know it's bullshit.
We have not
Because
the slightest clue.
if you can't fucking no, you can't. There's anyone who says like dark matter or like anti gravity or sorry antimatter or whatever exists. I have a very like immediate
Yeah.
like what the fuck does that even mean? Like matter is
That's the
matter.
point.
I'm hitting my fucking desk right
Yeah.
now. Unless it's going into a black hole, you can't tell me like matter is just nothing or whatever. Yeah, I get that, but like it's still here.
Well,
It's
yeah.
matter.
That's
Like matter is matter.
that
It's
is the
atoms.
entire point. Yeah, that is literally the definition of dark matter is matter that we can't explain. We're just observing the galaxies
See, that's such a
accelerating
bullshit that
in the
you can
opposite way of what
fucking
you
call
expect.
it magic mystical
What do you
bullshit.
mean?
Like fucking magical kung fu-ness.
What?
You could
That's
say
what
the exact
quantum
same thing
physics
for the
was called.
quantum theory. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you get to that
Okay,
point, it's like when you
that's
get
what
to
it's
that
called.
point, what are we talking about? Like what are we talking about? Are we
Complicated
talking
physics. Complicated
I
physics
know.
that we just don't understand yet.
I
Quantum
know.
physics was called spooky action at a distance, right?
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
called
yeah.
unexplained magical mystical stuff until 20 years like 80 years later we had to start using Einstein's relativity to actually calibrate our GPSs and our
Yep,
satellites because like, they were like,
yep.
oh shoot, right, like the speed of stuff
So you
flying slightly faster around the earth does affect it. So dark matter is just another name for something that we don't understand yet. We have no idea why it happens, and we might not know for another 50, 100, maybe like 300 years, who knows. So like
AI
that's
will
my
figure
second
it
theory
out.
on why. Yeah, probably there's a good chance for all of physics into or knowledge into AI. So
What
that's
is
the
dark
second
matter,
theory. Is
god
like
damn
if
it?
there's no great
I do not
filter,
know.
yeah. But
Some for
essentially,
some reason AI is Indian in my brain.
is India? Yeah, that'd be funny.
I am sorry. I do
Um,
not know.
I cannot solve your problem at the moment.
Cannot
But
figure
yeah,
out the black physics of your universe.
mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Maybe.
Sorry, continue.
But that's okay. The second theory, if there is a civilization out there that's made it past the great filter, is it just a physics problem that we can't sense radio waves or light waves or signals the way we expect we'd be able to? Like, here on Earth, we send the way we're talking to each other now over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like different when it's over long distances because there's some kind of law behind either the same way there's like gravitational waves or the speed of light is a constant? Is there some other law that we're just not sensing yet or we're not aware of yet? That's the third theory that I have. And like Futurama did a really good explanation on this. Um, I sent it in the group chat on this pod if you want to watch it.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, throw it in.
But yeah,
I was gonna
kind
say,
of
yeah,
explaining
like,
how.
I mean, that's why the UFO phenomenon is so interesting to me because not only have I learned, like, history and phenomenon within physics and, like, a bunch of other shit, it's also, like, super
Mm,
interesting in terms of, like, what is going on with physics, like, nowadays. And, like, so,
yeah.
yeah, have you seen the Skywatcher stuff at all?
Mm.
No?
Skywatchers, what's that?
It's so
Define
it's
the
one of
future of
the
AI
U.S.
intelligence.
whistle. Well, he's a whistleblower, I guess, but he hasn't been in Congress yet. But he's one of the whistleblowers where
Oh
basically
yeah.
he picked up like a fucking egg UFO or some shit, and he brought it back to
Yeah.
base or whatever. He was a contractor, okay. And then he did this,
Okay.
whole
Cool.
thing on Ross Coulhart's News Nation interview for like a good like hour and a half. And then he melted down and
Mm.
fucking cried on camera and stuff. And you clearly see, and his eyes were like this the entire time when he was talking.
Yeah. Oh.
So he was
Yeah.
basically like an owl the whole time. And I forget where I was going with this,
Mm.
but basically, like, his whole thing was able to summon, now with Skywatchers, which is his new company after this, like, after a couple months, he's basically been able to, like, summon UFOs out of thin air, from what it seems,
Damn.
with like a team of what he calls psionic assets, which are basically like a bunch of guys with like blindfolds over their faces and earplugs in their, ears, and they are essentially trying to project their mind up into the stratosphere, and dog whistle is what they call dog whistle these things in, and
Mhm.
essentially they've been able to capture and validate different categories. Well, categorize all of them into one category. Sorry, I fucked that up, but categorize all of them into one category. So they've got something like 11 fucking different categorized UAP assets that they have personally
Mhm.
um, summoned, essentially, and they've been able to like categorize different movements and behavior, and flight tracks, and how they look, all of that shit. It's quite crazy. So anyway, all that to
Yeah.
say is basically I do believe like a lot of this has to do with quantum stuff. Like there's the idea that there's so many different ideas, but there's the idea that they're like time travelers. They're time
Mhm.
traveling humans from the
Yeah,
future.
potentially.
And then, when you get into
Yeah.
quantum physics, like did you ever hear of like Stephen Hawking's like time travel party?
Yeah.
Where he like
Classic.
hosted a party for time travelers, and his whole thing was like, if they show up, then guess what? Time traveling is real. And if they don't, then
Yeah.
fuck you guys, you're wrong. It's like you were
Yeah.
on Epstein's island, dude. Like nobody believes you anyway. Even if you were gonna fucking host a goddamn, why would anyone want to go to your party?
Yeah.
If I was a time traveler and
True, true.
I found out that you were at fucking Epstein's island, I would be like, nope, I'm not going to that party. I don't care who he is. He can have the entire
Mhm.
unlocking of the universe. I don't care. I'm not going to see him with a midget butt naked at a chalkboard trying to reach the top with multiple different step stools stacked on top of each other in like a jigsaw position, and just
Yeah.
balancing back and forth
That,
like,
that,
oh
that'd be a
no,
sight.
oh no, I'm trying to get it, but I can't, oh no. And then they fucking fall off, and and Stephen Hawking's like, and that was pretty funny. Oh my god, you're so hot. Can you get up and do it again? Next time, reach the top of the chalkboard. I would really like that.
We gotta do this again in 2026.
We gotta do this again in 2026. Actually, I'll be dead by then, and Jeffrey Epstein will be out.
Oh yeah.
I
Actually, actually, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, then good to go back in time.
I don't think 2026 is here anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. We don't talk about the Congress meeting in 2026 about Epstein and Stephen Hawking.
Mm. Oh,
Damn it.
delete, delete, control,
Delete.
delete.
Delete. All right. Thanks, everyone. This is the. No more. No more. Enough. Enough.
I
Enough
know.
Stephen Hawking
This
impressions.
party, time travel is over. I'm reading up on this too. Stephen Hawking's time travel party experiment was wrong. Let's see.
Isn't it
It did
funny?
come to his party, but in an alternate timeline. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Smart idea. Interesting idea.
Right? But like at the
But
same time, if
yeah.
there were like, you always hear like all the fucking blah, 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 time travel rules. Like, if you change an event in the past, then yeah, so like you wouldn't be able to go to that event if you wanted to, because you couldn't interact with fucking Stephen Hawking anyway. You wouldn't be able to butt fuck a midget
Mm-hmm.
in the past. You wouldn't be able to, jump off the Eiffel Tower with a gun in your mouth. You wouldn't be able to potentially, lie to Congress. You wouldn't be able to do any of that. You just, you know, you'd be there. You wouldn't be able to interact at all. You just,
Okay. I sent it in the general chat for this in text channels.
okay.
It's like a 2 minute short. It's like Futurama proves their universe is a simulation. But I'm thinking, like that third point is what makes me feel like it's the information. What's it called? Information um, speed theory. Like what's the speed and capacity for information, like signals, waves, light signals to actually go through a black hole, reach us uh, across multiple light years. Could there be a hidden law that we don't know? And that's my second theory on why we haven't found any tangible alien planets that everyone can see and just stare at with their own telescopes and devices.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we can give this a little go here. Do you want
Yeah,
to listen to this together?
sure.
All right.
How to do that? You want to
I'm
stream or
going to
just
click.
click play?
Well, I'm
The
letting it
most
load
convincing.
quick. Okay, I got it load. I got it loaded.
Let me I can send you the
I got it.
not short form version. Okay.
Let's just do the short.
Okay. Same thing. I mean, I'll send you the one where you can rewind, pause it, and stuff like that. And it's
I
just
can do
volume.
that. I can do that right now.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
We're starting at
Three.
the same time or streaming it.
Yeah, we'll do it at the same
Two.
time on one.
Okay.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
The most convincing case I've ever heard for why real life may actually just be a simulation was not from the Matrix, but from Futurama. Let me explain. In the latest episode of Futurama, the professor creates a simulation of their entire universe, and eventually he's able to make it so close to their own reality that, naturally, the crew begins to care for their simulated counterparts and question whether or not they're in a simulation too. The professor quickly shuts down this idea, stating that it's preposterous. But in response, the crew brings up 3 increasingly compelling points that I've never heard before regarding simulation theory. Point number 1. The professor asks, how could anyone care for any kind of artificial intelligence, knowing at its core it's nothing more than a bunch of zeros and ones? And to counter that, Leela brings up that we're nothing more than a bunch of atoms, and yet together we are more. Like zeros and ones, atoms don't have consciousness. They can't think on their own. But yet the things that make us conscious human beings are quite literally only made up of atoms. So are atoms really that different than zeros and ones? And if that's the excuse for being unfeeling towards AI, should we also be unfeeling toward each other? Point 2. The professor states it would be computationally impossible to run a simulation at our universe's scale, because it would not be possible to keep track of where everything is. Admitting his simulation can't even do this because it requires too much computing power. However, Amy protests that limitation also exists in real life with quantum mechanics, which is actually true. The more we know about how a particle is moving, the less we know about where it actually is, and vice versa. It's called the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which, using the professor's terms, is like a limitation on our universe's computing power. And the last point, which in my opinion is the most compelling. The professor states that every movement of every atom gravitationally affects all other atoms in the universe, which again is true. But no software could possibly compute that. So to work around that, he had to make the information of those little effects travel outward at a fixed speed, instead of all those reactions happening at once. However, Amy points out again that we have that limitation in our universe as well. Information of any kind you can think of, even gravity, is confined by the speed of light. So for example, if the sun were to disappear right now, there would be absolutely no way for us to tell for over 8 minutes. This means even our real universe cannot compute things instantaneously. There's some sort of limit to things affecting one another that we don't quite understand. But what do you think? Let me know below in the comments, and thanks for watching.
No, I think that's a great way to sum it up. That's a great way to sum it up. Like, there's so many different mysteries within what the fuck is our universe, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But man, that's a great way to put it.
And we're just babies. Yeah,
we are just babies.
So that third point especially, it's like, okay, it's like if our reality is a simulation in some way, shape, or form, whatever simulation means, it would make perfect sense that there are limitations to the computation power. Like with the Heisenberg principle, it's like we don't want you checking every little atom because we gotta calculate smaller and smaller to down to the quarks and Higgs boson, so we can't go smaller than that. It's like that's the limit that they impose on us, whatever the like let's say God or the universal laws are. It's like that's the minuscule limit, and the larger limit on a scale of light years is that we can't see aliens that are maybe like you know hundreds of light years away because there's also a large law saying that information can't be passed faster than the speed of light, faster than the gravitational waves.
Right, right, right,
Whether or
right.
not reality is a simulation, yeah, like both of those things make sense. Whether or not there's like our reality is a simulation or not, it could be possible that our reality is real, but that just information in general can't be passed over long distances fast enough for us to um, have sensed aliens yet.
Right, and then you also
That's my
have
theory.
the base simulation reality hypothesis where like if even if this was base simulation, we created like an AI simulation where we could throw on like a VR headset and just leave, right? And then
Yeah,
experience this within our souls or whatever, and then basically back in and out. What would constitute that in terms of our base reality? What would be base reality? Would we be on number one base reality or one to a trillionth base
or
reality?
number two.
Like
Yeah,
we would be the most likely option is like we're not in base reality. We're like a billion. I think that's Elon Musk's
yeah,
hypothesis for the simulation
yeah,
theory,
yeah. Yeah, he said it's like a 1 in 100 chance that we're on base reality or something like that,
which would
which is
make sense. Like
possible.
if you were like actually creating a fucking simulation, like
Yeah,
you'd
I,
have
I,
multiple
I don't
different
know. I feel like
simulations going based on the other simulation. You'd be able to go back into that simulation, create different timelines or different options off of that, and then
eventually,
fix them, right? And then go back and
yeah,
either wipe it out or just give it a new timeline.
yeah.
It's a fucking weird to think about, but it's an interesting simulation hypothesis from what I think.
It is. Whenever I think about that theory, that like the word simulation, it makes me think of computers and
Right.
like virtual reality and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way that could make sense is if there was someone or something that is okay with like watching us, controlling us for like the average human lifespan, which is like 70, 80 years, 90 years maybe, which is a long time. So either like their scale of a lifetime is much, much longer and they're able to just like sit and wait and for some reason have fun with having us in a simulation.
Can
Um,
I give you
or
a
like,
little fuck up on that? What if it's you?
yeah,
What
exact.
if it's
That
you
was my
controlling
second
you?
point out. It's like, exactly, what if it's us controlling ourselves? Like,
Right.
are our real souls that godly that we are able to look at 70 or 90 years as so tiny? Like, are we like elves in Lord of the Rings, where like 90 years means nothing, just
Mhm.
another human
Mhm.
lifetime?
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. Well, you see in
but
Buddhists and like
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of Indian traditions and religions, they believe in karma and they believe in reincarnation. I don't see why. I mean, as a
Yeah.
Christian, I believe in reincarnation because Christ reincarnated himself. So what am I fucking say,
Hmm.
right?
No, that's true.
Like all
I've always
it's
leaned
all
to.
coming back. Like it's fucking wild.
It is, yeah. No, I don't know. The simulation theory doesn't just has never really clicked with me. It's like it doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
No, whether we have computers powerful enough for that, like quantum computers or whatever,
Mhm.
just there'd be not much use to having us simulate ourselves just for entertainment or for I don't know, like decision making. Like we're the best decision makers here on Earth with the way we think and greed, conflict, and war. So like my theory has always just been like, physics happened, the Big Bang happened, we it spit out a bunch of particles, and we came to life, and
How?
uh, yeah, it's just like out of chaos we came to life, and
Yeah.
we're still just trying to figure out the laws of physics, and we got a long way to go because it's only been like one lifetime since we've started discovering all of this.
How old do you think the oldest human remains are right now?
All this what?
Oldest human remains right now. How old do you think they are?
All this human remains?
Yeah.
Like 50 to 70,000?
50. You're saying 50,000?
70,000 years old, maybe?
Try 700.
700? Really?
I'm pretty sure that's close to what it. Maybe 600, but I'm pretty sure something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's longer than I expected. I thought it would be like.
It keeps
I
getting
was gonna say
pushed
like
back. Is my point,
100,000.
Martin? My point is like over the
Yeah.
past 20 years, shit keeps getting put back. It's like what you learned about, that, 15 years ago is completely up in the air now. We have no idea. It could have been particles fucking smashing into
true.
each other and like the Big Bang. What created the Big Bang? That's so. There's a philosopher who I can't remember his name, but basically he was like, scientists are extremely atheist until they talk about the Big Bang, and then they get real hushy hush, meaning they
Mm-hmm.
won't admit that the Big Bang is the most magical thing in their entire hypothesis, which is what they base it on, which is a magical
Solid.
fucking Big Bang that came out of nothing in a particle that tinier than a fucking pin exploding and creating the universe.
Yeah.
That is like
No, that's true.
that is just
That's the thing. Like,
hypothesis, it's theory, it's not fucking real.
yeah, I know exactly. I mean, all of science's theory is just observations. That's the scientific method. But
But
like,
but they have no explanation for what happened or created the Big Bang. They just say the Big Bang happened and this is what happened when the Big Bang happened.
yeah,
They don't say what created the Big
yeah,
Bang, which was
that's what they
fucking God.
observe.
It was a magical moment in the universe. It was the
Yeah,
start of the universe.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what started the universe? Like no fucking
The reverse Big
astrophysicist
Bang.
or
This is my theory.
nobody can give me a solid
No,
answer on
this
that.
buddy.
There's no one
Well,
that
of
can
course.
like
You're not gonna get a solid answer for another 1,000 years at least.
right. But this is what I'm saying.
With the way science is
Unless
going.
AI might be able to figure it out.
Maybe
But I'm
AI.
telling you, no
Or some
fucking
scientists or some
no
technology.
no. They've been bullshitting us for fucking years. There's oh yeah, you fucking Big Bang and a fucking magical fucking explosion, but between two tiny atoms size of your dick skin. Yeah, I mean tip of your dick skin. I mean like I don't know. I have a big
It is all
problem with the
theories. It's
fucking Big
theories
Bang.
based off
It's
of observations. Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's the
I
thing.
see the
They're not saying
radiation
it's
background.
true.
I know
They're
the
saying
radiation.
that's
Yeah,
the
the
most
radiation background.
exponential. Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same
They're just
time,
saying
that's
it's the
just a
most.
single bubble. What the fuck created that? Nobody can give me an answer.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's like it could be God. My theory is like
What else would it be?
it could definitely be a God. Maybe not before. I know. There is no explanation for anything else than a God. But my thing is like, did God start at the Big Bang, or did it start 5 Big Bangs ago, or six, like 1,000 Big Bangs ago?
Or
How far
multiple
back
Big
can we go?
Bangs, which then you get into multiple dimension theory, right? Which I also agree
Exactly.
with
There you
and
go.
believe in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking wild,
Yeah.
man.
Exactly.
So many goddamn
Because
theories.
like
They all
we're
wrap
expanding
together.
now. Are we gonna? I know. There's the great expand. There's the great collapse. That's the other thing. It's like, is the Big Bang the beginning of a cycle, or is it like was it the start of the universe, or just part of a cycle, just like climate change? or climate change deniers. They
I think
say
it's
the
I
ice
think it's
age goes up
quantum
and down.
timelines.
Yeah, could
I think
be
it's
could be
quantum
anything. We have no
timelines
idea.
messing with multiple different dimensions, like interacting with each other. It's like quantum timelines, like,
Yeah.
your quantum timeline, my quantum timeline, and then multiple dimensions that are mixing within that. Did you hear fucking Anna Paulina Luna
Yeah.
on Joe Rogan the other day, where she was like, "Yeah,
No.
we've seen movement outside space and time." Now she's a congresswoman sitting on the Congress of the United
Hmm.
States government right now. She subpoenas fucking politicians and generals
Yeah.
and shit like that. And she's just
What's
saying
her
that.
name?
Anna Paulina Luna. She's Congresswoman Anna Paulina
Oh,
Luna.
that's a long
And
name.
it's
Yeah.
a interesting name, but yeah. She went on Joe Rogan a couple of days ago and she was like, basically, like, yeah, one liner subtly was like, yeah, we've seen movement beyond space and time or outside space and time or some shit like that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Right.
What?
What's she talking about? What she mean by that?
What do you mean? I don't
Just
know.
to expand?
It could be entities on the other side of space and time, or within space and time, or multiple different dimensions, or entities within those dimensions, or who the fuck knows? I don't know. This is why, like, I find this so
Yeah.
fucking fascinating now, because it's gone from fucking nuts and bolts UFOs to, like, fucking existential philosophical meaning and fucking astrophysicists and quantum theory. It's crazy. I implore anybody to
Mm-hmm.
look into the UFO stuff right now because it is fucking so cool and you will learn so much. So
Mm-hmm.
much. Especially about quantum theory and
Yeah.
fucking philosophy because it like really delves deep.
Mm-hmm.
And religion. Fuck it, it's everything. It's wild. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I keep trying to
What's
bring you back to the
if you could give me
UFO
like one if you could give me one podcast, I think you gave it to me like last podcast, last time we did this, but you said if you could give me one video to watch to have a beginner um, introduction to UAPs. Is that what you call it? Which
Sure,
video would
yeah.
you recommend?
Man, I wouldn't recommend a specific video. I would actually, yes, I would.
Okay.
I would suggest looking at the Tic Tac incident of the USS Nimitz with Lieutenant David Fravor or Colonel David Fravor.
Mm-hmm.
He was an F-16 pilot that was intercept intercepted a Tic Tac off of the coast of San Diego in something like 2008, and he was also tailed by another
Mm-hmm.
F-16, his pilot partner, and she's come out now. I can't remember her name, but it's like something like Anna as well. Um, that one is super, super compelling because there's also video footage of it, and also he went on to Congress under oath and essentially,
Mm-hmm.
did his testimony under oath and said all of the things that, he saw, which was basically that he was scrambled out and he and his partner went out and, they were also doing a testing mission. So they were doing a testing mission, he was scrambled out and they saw something on the radar. He went to interact with it, and immediately it did a bunch of erratic stuff in the air and then zipped off. And long story short, it was able to go back to their cap point, which the cap point is a military term for their capture point, which is where they release from. It's like their starting position,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. So this thing somehow knew where it was returning to, and they had a whole big thing with it. So, and it was, and also he talked about this live in Congress on CCTV under oath. So he spoke
Wow.
about this, all of this, within the U.S. halls of Congress. So then
Yeah.
I would say that first is super interesting, and then I would look into what's his name? David Grush. David Grush is a military analyst, an intelligence analyst that was basically tasked about looking into anomalous reports within the Navy and I'm pretty sure the military. I think he was under the
Mm.
Aero organization within the, or not organization, but department within the Department of Justice. So essentially, he was
Mm.
tasked with going in and uh, intelligent intelligence analyzing all of the different reports throughout the Air Force, the Navy, and the military, and then compartmentalize that, and then give a good report. And then what he was seeing was enough where he felt like he needed to whistleblow on it. So he was another whistleblower within
Mm.
Congress. I'm pretty sure that was 2 years ago in 2022, 2023. Can't remember, either three
Yeah.
or 2 years ago. And he was basically saying that there is a full-on black project, reverse engineering and USAP, a bunch of USAPs that are essentially like reverse engineering alien craft. He called them uh, NHI, non-human intelligence craft. Um, so I
Mm.
don't know, and that was also in Congress. So there's him. So I would look at him, and then anything that Jesse Michaels,
What's
anything.
USAP?
What's a USAP?
Use. Yeah.
USAP is an
Let's call that
unacknowledged
USAP.
secret. Oh shit! Secret unacknowledged program. Secret acknowledged program. So unacknowledged secret
Okay.
acknowledged. Sorry, what is USAP? Fuck, something
Uh,
like that.
can't find
One
either.
sec. One sec.
Is it UAP? Unidentified anomalous shit. Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Yes, UAP is
UAP.
unidentified anomalous phenomenon or aerial phenomena.
Mm.
USAP is stands
Mm.
for Unacknowledged Special Access Program. I should have known that. But
Oh,
basically,
okay.
that's any like
Mm.
dark projects within the CIA or the military or anything that is considered classified projects that are being worked on technologically within the U.S. military industrial complex. So you've got like a lot of different
Yeah.
contractors, like Boeing or Lockheed Martin, that have direct USAPs with the United States government. In fact, they actually have billions of dollars worth of USAPs that they develop certain weapon systems in order to eventually deploy them. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what a USAP is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
That's
there's a
freaking
lot of
crazy.
USAPs. There's a lot of USAPs that are allegedly, um, reverse engineering fucking UAP shit, like nuts and
Yeah.
bolts, supposedly. And supposedly they have bodies too, but I find that hard to believe.
Mm.
I think a lot of
Body.
this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of this is psyop stuff, where they're just kind of just trying to do
Mm.
disinformation. So it's very hard to mince out what's actually happening. Um, but there's a lot
Mm.
of it that's very, very compelling and actually have like a lot of substantial evidence behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. And then I would also say like anything that American Alchemy and Jesse Michaels is doing right now, fucking look into what he's doing. Watch as much as you can from him because he is the most comprehensive and most intelligent UAP ufologist, if you will, historian. And he makes really, really good episodes. He's one of my favorite people to look into this stuff for. He's got a little bit
Yeah.
of like they call it smart man smart man fatigue. You know, he's just using a lot of like physic terminology and like a lot of big words, and a lot of layman's wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
like follow it. Um, but a lot of it is
Who's
just like
this? Jesse who?
Jesse Michaels. I can throw it into chat, but yeah,
Michaels. I got
American
it.
Alchemy
Just
is
right.
his American Alchemy is his channel. If you want to look him
Okay.
up. But
Cool.
he's one that I would
Sick.
definitely subscribe to and look into like his earlier stuff. I don't know about his like body shit. Like I didn't even watch that. I have no idea. The tridactyl stuff freaks me out. I don't want to even
Mhm.
fucking look at it. But his other stuff on like Robert Townsend Brown and UFO and nukes, and a lot of his World War II stuff, and basically his timeline and terminology and his deep knowledge on USAPs has been really um, interesting for me to kind of piece together. It's been really interesting to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah. That's been over like,
That is
three
really
fucking
interesting.
years or so. So you're a bit late to the party there,
Yeah.
Martin.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Been wasting a couple years.
Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
those are
but
the threes that I would definitely throw your knowledge at, throw your brain at. Because it's real
okay.
fun to think about. Even if you don't believe any of it,
Yeah.
like that's my whole thing about it. Like I try to keep a very open mind about it, but I also try and be very crucial, and I try to look at what is debunked and what is not, and like I try to keep it pretty level-minded belief about
For
it.
sure.
But it's getting
Gotta have that
it's getting
critical
harder and
thinking.
harder. Like the more I look into it, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like
Yeah,
fucking
what's going
quantum.
on?
Now I'm looking
What's
into
happening?
quantum theory. I'm like, like why am I looking into quantum theory? For fuck's sake, it's
Yeah,
goddamn
it's important,
alien
yeah.
bullshit. But anyway, no, I know, and
Yeah.
it's very fun. So anyway, yeah, it's been fun.
Also,
Anyway,
I gotta take a piss.
yeah, man,
You still wanna do some gaming after?
absolutely, let's do it.